Dr. NICODEMUS Nyandiko. I'm a lecturer in the Department of Disaster Management and Sustainable Development in the School of Disaster Management and Humanitarian Assistance here in MASINDE University of Science and Technology. The department is involved in teaching undergraduate, master's and PhD studies in disaster risk management, humanitarian assistance, and matters relating to peace and conflict in the other sister departments. We have produced very high caliber professionals to the industry, working in various international organizations, including the World Bank, the international organizations of United Nations system, the government institutions, and also the county governments. They are doing very well. They are some of the best in working in the industry, and MASINDE University Center for the Disaster Management and Humanitarian Assistance is one of the best in East and Central Africa in terms of producing such a manpower. The rich background and the expertise I've built over the years has seen me being appointed in the African Union as a member of the Science and Technology Advisory Group for implementation of disaster risk reduction activities in Africa, where this involves ensuring that as a member we have been appointed from 6 regional economic communities, and I'm representing the East Africa and IGAD along with another colleague from Ethiopia. So the team consists of about 15 members from 15 African countries and from the 6 regions. Meaning that from East Africa and the IGAD region, which are 2, we are having 2 members. That's me from MASINDE University of Science and Technology, and also another gentleman from Ethiopia. The purpose of the African Science and Technology Advisory Group, it has been selected to bring in experts who are having cutting-edge knowledge in disaster risk management to help the African Union Commission implement science-based programs which are informed by scientific evidence on disaster preparedness, early warning systems, mitigation, risk prevention, recovery, and reconstruction in the long term. And it seeks to ensure that the disaster risk reduction issues are incorporated in various academic programs and institutions, so that as they build, they have a culture of safety and resilience in the long term. And then again, right now, currently, through the African Science and Technology Group, they appointed 3 consultants to review the programs which are running in all African Union member states on disaster risk reduction. I'm among the 3 consultants from representing the IGAD, East Africa, and ECOWAS, who are in charge developing that program. What Africa needs is to find solutions facing Africans using our local science and technology. We need to solve these problems solving these African problems using African solutions. Because we have been relying so much on the North and the Western world to solve our problems which they don't seem to understand. So this, by embracing this Science and Technology Advisory Group, what the African Union is embracing is that they are trying to use our African scientists and technologists from our local universities and research institutions to solve the African problems. And how can MASINDE University also position this and take advantage? The African Union is trying to mobilize
universities which are offering these disaster risk management related courses, so that they can support them, have increased access to cutting edge information and scientific knowledge, support postgraduate studies on relevant issues related to disaster risk management, and enhance mobility of African scientists within the African continent to share good experiences and knowledge. And as I mentioned, that kind of knowledge is what I think our university, MASINDE University of Science and Technology, has already started been practicing on that. They need to consolidate this effort to fully exploit the matching opportunities which the African Union is seeking to place on the table. And then at the country level, you see, as I mentioned, the country is attempting to strengthen the preparedness measures at all levels to the disasters which are affecting us. But the much gaps which are existing there is sometimes you find there is early warning, but there is no early action because of lack of resources and the capacity of our institutions. So I think with regard to that, the universities, which is one of them most is producing these professionals, can strengthen the early warning systems and ensure that there are adequate triggers which can enhance early action and alleviate suffering of the people. You see, like what happened recently in Mozambique, when Cyclone Sidai and Cyclone Kenneth hit the country. It extended all the way to Malawi and Mozambique. The devastation was quite huge. What lacked is not the preparedness really, but the capacity to do early action after you've been given the early warning. And now you have to spend a lot of huge resources from the government and the development partners to do recovery. And this is what's happening in most African countries, all the way from West Africa, in East Africa region, and the IGAD region, the South African Development Community region, the Northern Africa. And so most of our countries, they are putting up these preparedness measures. But early action is hindered by lack of access resources which are at the disposal, which can assist the early action mechanisms. And therefore, we're encouraging our university, MASINDE University of Science and Technology, the School for Disaster Management and Humanitarian Assistance, to, as they seek to partner with the government and work collaboratively with other stakeholders to ensure these gaps are adequately addressed through the use of science and technology.